Your authenticity has got you this far. You outranked a powerful figure status, and they lost credibility because of it. This person was like a pharaoh. They had all the people doing their slave labor, their hard work, while they sat on the throne and called the shots with a cap on their head, crowns of jewels all over their body, and looking out into the distance like they were the it all and be all for the time. But when you stepped into the room, you stepped into the room like a powerful figure that they underestimated because of how meek you were. You were like a Moses to this person. They thought that it was all fun and games, and they thought it was dandy coming for you and not listening to divine orders that you gave to this person that portrayed themselves like a pharaoh, because they were like a pharaoh. Everybody bowed down to this person, but not you. You saw through this person for what they really were. You saw the devilish ways. You saw their bad behavior. You saw that they were too bossy, but was very spoiled on top of that. And they had no remorse or not a heart for anyone outside of themselves. When you stepped into the room, you made people tremble because your innocent nature, but your very straightforward persona got these people to shake in their spirit and worry. You had people in awe. Like, who are you? Who is that person? Who is that royal person that's telling the Pharaoh what to do, or telling this powerful figure who they are? This person could have been an executive. This person could have even been a judge or somebody in a high rank position, even higher, like a king. This person outranked everybody at a point in time. But when you stepped into the room, it was something about you that put this person in their place and made them lose credibility, because what you stood for was nothing compared to what that person stood for. That person stood for foolishness. As long as they had their money and their power, they were fine. They don't care what was going on around them. You brung order into the atmosphere. You brung order to the people. You brung order to the environment. You told people that your for was good and was for the better good of people, not for evil things and evil works. You stood on 10 toes about what you were about. You said, I'm going to give these people a better life, a better chance. I'm going to show these people that they could be cared for and not be messed over because of my status and power. I'm going to lead these people to the promised land, just as Moses led the children of Israel to the promised land. This was your stature. This was your motive and what you were about the whole time. You said you was going to lead these people to a milk and honey land, flowing with milk and honey, the rivers of water, but it's milk and honey instead. This person that portrayed themselves like they was better, they lost credibility with people because you brung what they were lacking, what they were missing in that atmosphere, and why it was so chaotic, because they didn't care. Now people are starting to question this person's motive and why they got in their position in the first place after encountering a leader like you, a boss like you, a person with great credibility like you. They start to question this person's status and how they got up there into that position of power. Well, they got into that position of power because they had money. They had money like never before. And because they had this money, people thought it was okay for this person to be up in that position. And somebody like you did not belong in that position because you didn't have that much money, that much popularity, that much fame. This person was born with literally with a silver spoon in their mouth. Their parents had wealth. Their grandparents had wealth. Their whole bloodline pretty much had generational wealth. But how they got it, well, how they got it, who knows? That don't mean because they wealthy. That don't mean they did it by righteous things. You, on the other hand, came from humble beginnings. Your parents didn't have a lot of money. Your grandparents didn't have a lot of money. Your great-grandparents probably didn't have a lot of money either, but they gave you soul. They showed you what it is to be a family and to be raised with love and to be raised righteous and righteousness and doing righteous things in order to preserve your days on earth. This is what your family taught you. This person lived reckless and foolish, but they were born with the silver spoon in their mouth. But you guys come from two different environments. Y'all come from two different cultures. And y'all probably come from two different worlds. But when y'all came together, there was something similar about y'all. They were bossy and leader, and you were a boss leader. But y'all was two different people, but had the same type of motive to be a leader. But one heart was in the right spot and the other person's heart wasn't. And this is why this powerful figure had to take a backseat to you. They were doing things that got people caught up. They didn't mind putting people away for 20, 30, 40 years that was innocent. You, on the other hand, release innocent people from the jailhouse or prison cell that didn't belong to be in there, whoever you are. You got this very divine, angelic type authority that people couldn't take from you. But this person wanted to be Pharaoh over you because they were Pharaoh over everybody else. They said, you will not succeed in this atmosphere because I'm already here. And you told this person, you will succeed. You said, I will succeed over you because I come with righteousness. I came with the power and authority from God himself. And he will lead me and he will lead the people out of here that you have been oppressing and treating bad and treating like they were nothing. So you can keep your wealth and fame and fortune like the Pharaoh you are. And this person sized you up. And you said, let my people go. You literally told this person, let my people go. That's what you said to this powerful figure in this person. And they was in awe. They started glitching and twitching about what you said to them because they never had somebody put them in their place like you put them in their place. But you stood on business, on what you wanted. You said, I got a better life for these people. They don't need to be under your rule because I have better things for these people to do. You, on the other hand, is oppressing them, treating them like they're slaves, not paying them what they're worth. This could be a job situation. You're not paying them what they're worth. And they're listening to you and they can't do what they're called to do because you are oppressing them. You are treating them bad. You are being a Pharaoh over them, meaning you're being a bad, evil, powerful figure over them. And they want to get from your grip. And I'm going to allow them to get from your grip. And God is going to give me the power to get them from under your grip so I can take them away to the promised land. Oh, and this person lost it. When you said that, this person lost it. This powerful figure in this spot. People want to come and work for you and not them. They want to listen to you and not this person anymore. And this person thought they was going to lose it all. So they came after you. Then they tried to hit you with a slap, but then they missed. And the reason why they missed is because God was on your side. And this person had no business coming for you in that type of way because of who you are. You had the holy angels in heavens backing you up. They had the world backing them up. They had their position of power backing them up because it was up there for so long. And they wasn't expecting somebody like you to knock them off their place, off their high horse, or off their leadership pharaoh type position. They wasn't expecting somebody like you to do that. But you are divine and royal. Just as I'm wearing the color royal blue right now. This is how royal you are in the spirit. You're literally glowing in the spirit with royal divine energy. And when people see you, when you step into a room, they shiver and they quake and they glitch and they twitch because they don't know who you are, but you carry something. Your stance and who you are shows that you ain't no joke. You ain't to be messed with. People don't play with you. They know that when you step into the atmosphere, it might be their judgment for them to get out their position of power, get off their throne. They might lose their credibility because you stand for righteousness and they stood for foolishness. This is why people don't like you walking into the room, because you demand respect. Your presence demand respect like never before. They got to put respect on your name. This person in the leadership position got to put respect on your name because they weren't expecting you to be the one to clean house. You cleaned the people that was under them out of their position. You told people you want a new team up in that environment because they're not doing the numbers right. That business is losing credibility because of them being there, because they're overworking people, not paying them what they're worth, treating them like they were literally a slave because they want to showboat like they're Pharaoh the whole time and walk around with their pride up in the air until you stepped into the room. And this is what this person is upset about. This person is boo-hooing, having a fit right now because somebody like you took their place, took their position, as you rightfully should have, because it was meant for you to be there. Just as Moses split the Red Sea and let the children of Israel go through the Red Sea, you are like Moses. You clean house. When your authority stood forth by the words you said and what you spoke and what you stood for, you freed a lot of people from this person's bondage. You freed a lot of these people from working for cheap labor or working for no labor or working for no money at all. You freed these people's mind to know that they don't need to be under a person like this that didn't have their best interests at heart. And this is what people didn't realize. You were truly like a Moses. And this person that lost their credibility behind you was truly like a Pharaoh. And when you said, that's enough, let my people go and treat them right, or I will treat them better, this person lost it. Because they didn't believe you was going to be the one to put them in a place. Now they don't know what to do. They're crying and boo-hooing because they thought they will be in that position forever, reigning over people in the most cruelest, craziest, inhumane way for their status, for their position of power, and for just their position that they got from their bloodline, their parents before them, because they was born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They thought they was always going to be there forever until you put them in a place, and they wasn't ready for you. Oh, this person wasn't ready for you at all. But you stood on business. You stood on divine business. You was about your heavenly Father's business and did what you had to do to get this person about their position. And now the people can rejoice and not mourn. When the wicked is in rulership, the people mourn. But when the righteous is in rulership, the people rejoice. And now they're rejoicing because of you. And that's the message I got for a royal one. And until next time, bye-bye.